urgent, they're becoming at a high level in terms of awareness and engagement in public policy. The Institute works across a range of areas, from water and sanitation, energy, climate change and the use of resources. The 50 people who work at the Institute come from a whole range of different disciplinary backgrounds, and that includes architects, that includes scientists, sociologists, geographers, economists, and particularly people who work in policy. And it's really important that we have those different people from different backgrounds, because the problems of the world present themselves to us in ways that require breaking outside those traditional silos. One of the most exciting things about being at the Institute is that you're surrounded by people who are passionate about what they do.
We're not here to do research just for the sake of research. We're really here about creating change towards sustainable futures, and so all of our research is very applied, it's very hands-on, and it's very focused on getting some sort of tangible outcome that takes us towards a more sustainable future.
This is the Climate Club's Cup. So this is the prize that all the teams are striving to win. The beauty of the Climate Club's format is that it can be applied to a variety of different organisations. This year and last year we've been running it through schools, because schools are already set up in a way that encourages teamwork, competition and education, but really it can be transferred into workplaces or any organisation that can be self-regulating. The great thing about climate clubs is that through reducing electricity consumption, we're reducing our greenhouse gas emissions. So the participants are really able to engage with their own pollution, their own consumption, and see how the two relate.
What we're wanting to do here is to open up the conversation about urine diversion in Australia, because it just doesn't really exist. And as well as that, we're running out of phosphorus as a conventional fertiliser. In the next couple of decades, things will start to get much more difficult, so we have to find other sources. What we're doing is trialling these toilets in a situation with people who don't have a passion for doing more sustainable things. So we've shifted now, with a focus still on urine diversion, but to focus on urinals. So you get a better fertiliser, you reduce the costs of sewage treatment, you remove most of the pharmaceuticals out of the water stream. That's important.
At the moment, we've got a project running in a city called Cantor, which is in the south of the country on the Mekong. We were actually approached by the water supply and sewerage company, who said our major challenge is providing sanitation to this new area of the city. It doesn't assume the solution, and it doesn't assume that the solution is purely technical. Fundamentally, it's about people making their own decisions about what's going to work in their situation.
The Vision 2040 document was developed as part of a big stakeholder consultation, and that consultation involved people like BHP, Rio Tinto, Ernst & Young, and a number of other mining industry groups, as well as members of the public. This project has been looking at sustainability in a much broader way than is usually the case. So we're looking at changes to the way that things are mined. We're also looking at the business models. Rather than just digging things up and selling them once, we're looking at ways to dig them up, sell the technology, sell the experience and the expertise that our people have. But we're also looking at ways to get those minerals from existing streams of minerals that we have in our backyards, in our bins, in our landfill. Getting the recycling side of the equation back up to the front of the discussion.
We were commissioned by TransLink, the public transport utility in Brisbane, and we worked with them to try and develop a decision-making software tool that would help them choose which combinations of projects would be able to generate the biggest boost for public transport within their available budget. I think what's unique about this project is that the integrated resource planning framework's been used a lot in the water and energy fields, but it had never really been applied in the transport field before. It's really enjoyable to work on these sort of transport projects at ISF because I think there's a lot of really big changes that are going to need to happen in the fairly near future in the transport sector, and we're really committed to trying to develop new solutions that might help cities transition into a more sustainable transport model.
As we've grown, we're increasing our influence, ranging from what happens in households and communities right through to the high levels of public policy. So that's our goal.
One of the things I love about working at ISF is the people that I work with. They're very passionate, very committed and very dedicated to what they do. And we work hard to try and create a better future for people. So we think that's a great thing to do, and it gets me out of bed every day.
To make a difference. We can't live the way we do with the number of people that we have on the planet, so we've got to get clever about the way we do things.